My name is Big D. I am the movie reviewer. Here they come again. All the haters. Sometimes I think to myself, am I the greedy one? Or is everyone else? Hi! What's going on, everyone? I'm your boy Big D, and here is the Mad Max Fury Road spoiler review and talk. I just had to open up trying to imitate my horrible Tom Hardy accent, but of course Tom Hardy talked like this. He talked like if he was Bane. He's wondering why a man would shoot him and throw him out of a plane. That whole Russian type of Bane accent type of tone. Anyway, this is a spoiler review. Again, spoiler, please. This is for people who have seen the movie, so please, if you have not seen the movie, go see the damn movie. What are you doing? You still getting over that Pitch Perfect 2 days? God damn. Disgrace, my son. No, seriously, if you've seen Pitch Perfect, good for you, but go see Mad Max also, please. Go do yourself a favor and go see Mad Max. No! Alright, so first off, I'm going to tell you what I like. I'm just going to tell you topics of the movies and tell you if I really liked it, if I really enjoyed it, or whether I hated it. It's been a week since close to a week since I've seen the movie. It's only been out for like 5 days, so 5 or 6 days. So let's get right to it. First off, I want to talk about the villain of the movie real quick. Immortan Joe, who is played by Hugh Keays-Byrne. And of course, he played the toe cutter in the first Mad Max in 1979 with Mel Gibson and the director George Miller. Also, George Miller directed this one. But still, holy crap, Immortan Joe, dude.
You must not get addicted to water. Water. I am your god. Immortan Joe.
That whole type of thing? God dang, man. I love him, man. Let's talk about his looks real quick. It's amazing. It's scary. You see him running through a garden when he's going to go to his, with the cell where he keeps his wives. And it's scary, dude. Imagine him running towards you. This guy is scary. He looks scary. He looks very psychotic. I mean, that's exactly the Mad Max way, man. You gotta look psychotic, gotta look scary, gotta look vicious. And definitely, Keays-Byrne did a great, fantastic job playing a villain. It'd be cool if he came back as a toe cutter, but the toe cutter wouldn't fit in this type of world. When Immortan Joe died, I like how the mask just rips off his face. I mean, that must be a very painful death, I assume. I assume he's dead right instantly, or else he's not dying slowly. I'm not sure, because his face ripped off, but doesn't mean his brains are ripped out or anything. I mean, it's just his face. So I'm assuming he'd be like, I don't know, something like that. The look to him, man. Again, I just love the way that the style was done for Immortan Joe. He has a weird name. Honestly, I do not know what Immortan means, but
Joe, get out of here, Joe. Do not be addicted to water. I am your god.
No one says Max in the movie, I think, except Mad Max himself. My name is Max. My name is Max. That's my name, Furiosa. My name is Max. For 45 years, I've been in doormat, waiting for only one goal. A reboot. It's not really a reboot, man, but it definitely is one of the best. Max barely talks in this movie, and that's one of my big, shit, what the fuck? I want Max to talk, you know what I mean? He grunts a lot, and then when Max talks, he kind of shut up. But he grunts a lot, kind of like in Scary Movie when it's the Ferris girl, Chris Pratt's wife, versus Scream, and Scream, he falls and he's trying to crack his back, and he's like, okay, let's go. Kind of like that in a way. I was like, what is he doing? Is he trying to be funny or something? Because Max, especially when he talks, I mean, he's crazy sometimes, man. The 3D, I thought in 3D, it looks sexy. But the outline of the character, he's cool. I mean, Tom Hardy's awesome. He did good. But also, Mel Gibson doesn't talk that much in the originals also. And that's kind of the annoying thing. You think 45 years or 30 years later, George Miller would change Max up a little bit, but it's technically the same Max. Again, he barely talks, and I kind of wish, for a movie that's titled Mad Max and been really promoting Tom Hardy, And you're lucky enough to get Tom Hardy. So why does he barely talk? You're paying an actor a lot of money not to talk. I had to get myself a drink there for a moment, guys. So, yeah. I just had to get that out of my system. Furiosa's look. I mean, Charlize Theron is a badass. There's been rumors going around that the next Mad Max movie would be called Mad Max Furiosa, but that's been debunked, or not debunked, that was confirmed actually, but now George Miller's next movie will be titled Mad Max The Wasteland. Oh, yeah. But Furiosa, I like how Charlize Theron, went bald and actually went into this role. And I mean, come on, when you're in the desert, you don't need that long hair, baby. You need that shaved, baby. I love them shaved. Well, their head, I mean, like, whichever way, really. But still, I mean, she's awesome. Her look and her arm, it's just badass. She's a badass. I mean, she has a bunch of hidden guns, and then she tells Max, she's like, oh, it's on a sequence. All right, so left, right, A, B, A, B, A, B, left, up, down, up, down. Okay, now switch. Now go to the yellow switch, now red switch, and then after that you go to the other switch, and then you pull that switch down, and now you grab that switch. It's just like, and Max is like, okay, yeah, got it. Oh, I got it. My name is Max. I'm trying to do a Russian accent, but I'm Australian. I'm trying to do an Australian accent also, and sometimes I do this, sometimes I try to talk like my Child 44 character, because I was mesmerized by your beauty, Furiosa. Shag. So, really, and that was him smoking a cig, by the way, that's because that's how it sounds, but whatever. Furiosa herself, man, again, she's a cool character. I do want to see more of her background, but next to Mad Max movie, if Furiosa is going to be in it, do not have her 85% of the time on screen. Have her about 40-50% at most on screen. Put her equally as Mad Max, because Max Rokitansky is way better, like, as a character himself. But I still want to see Max shine a little bit more. I mean, they didn't really dive deep into his character as much as I wanted him to, because you think about this is a new generation, guys. A new generation needs to be explored to Mad Max. You think a 15-year-old's gonna go and be like, Mad Max, I must go see the first Mad Max, 1979. Dad, you weren't even born back then in 1979. Like, I was born in 1948. And, it's just basically, you need to give Max a little feeling to the movie, man. I need a little Max love up in there. But still, I'm not saying Max was horrible, but Furiosa still, her arm, Charlize Theron working with a green screen with her arm, and it's just, wrap a green thing around her arm. She's just a badass character overall. Pick up everything you can and run. The vehicles in this movie, man, and there are some scenes where the vehicles speed up, like kind of like that cheesy, like like it speeds up, and I like that because it reminisces back to the original, where it just like zoom, like post production, speed it up and make it look really cool. Yeah, some George Miller motherfucker. Like, I mean, my nigga, seriously, it's amazing. It speeds up, and the stunts are freaking awesome, man. The War Boys Nooks. When he sprays, like, himself, he's like, the gates are open. I hear it. I'm going to spray it. Immortan Joe. He looked at me. And then it's, like, really just going crazy from there on out. Like, that right there is amazing. The vehicles are all, since it's an apocalyptic movie, you could tell that they scavenged all the cars and put them together, and all the hard work that they did. I mean, it makes it look realistic, makes it look more creative than just having one big old rig truck. So, creativity points for that. The stunts overall, I mean, you got a bunch of stuntmen, probably over 100 stuntmen in this movie, and stuntwomen. And, I mean, it's just amazing. They're working hard at it. The explosions, practical effects. I mean, come on, 85% of this movie is practical, 15% is CGI, computerized, whether you need it to or not be. This movie was not filmed in 3D, so when you saw it in 3D like I did, it was not meant to be seen in 3D, but it is amazing to be seen in 3D, because still, you get that effect out of it. I have not seen it in IMAX, but I can tell you right now that IMAX is freaking awesome. Just the sounds and really awesome. Again, the practical effects and the action. They have a guitar guy. This guy is literally, I can't even tell. I didn't see his face clearly. He's just playing the guitar and flames are coming out of it. Like, I saw this meme like saying, you'll never be cool. You'll never be Mad Max guy playing a guitar with flames coming out of it. Cool. Like, that's freaking awesome, dude. And he's like, and the guy in my theater was laughing behind me, and he's like 42, around the 35 to 42, and he's like, ah, ha, 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 and his wife's like, ah, stop it, but he's like, ha, ha, ha. And seriously, I wanted to laugh too. I was like, it's funny. It's just so random and strange, and it doesn't have no sense to it whatsoever. And Emil Tonjo's like, rock on, mate. So, for sure, that is a plus. The music, the soundtrack, the score to this movie, I mean, every Mad Max movie has an awesome score to it. It's just beautifully done, well orchestrated, well written, and it has a, you know, you know, like that thing. Or was it, no, it was like, I forgot how it is, but still the music's, it's cool. It's awesome. I love how they fix the trucks while it's driving, because they have no time to stop, so them stopping and them driving and fixing it at the same time is also very deadly and cool at the same time. Imagine trying to do that while your car, oh, it's leaking at the bottom, but it needs to be fixed now or else it's going to explode within the next 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to have to fix it, so let me have my brother in the back try to open the back door and go and fix it with a wrench if he can, because, you know, the car's so small, but it's like a little cube car or a Prius, and you just can't do much. So, still, keep that in perspective, guys. The ending and the cinematography, man. The way Max uses his mask and the sawed-off shotgun when it was not working, and then they fight with Furiosa. I mean, that effects in 3D and just the way the sound, like when he's moving the shotgun and the chains and having Nooks dragged. I mean, that scene is one of the highlights of the film. Even though the action and the explosion, still Furiosa versus Max when they first meet, that is an intense scene. And everyone's like, oh, Tom Hardy with a mask kind of reminds me of Bane. Yeah, it does. It does remind me of Bane, too. But doesn't mean it's actually a replica of Bane. Once the wasteland is in ashes, then you'll have my permission to die, Morton Joe. Give me a second to have a drink here. Let me get this thirst out. Five snaps, don't take it back. So, they had awesome lighting at nighttime also. Like, no lie, amazing lighting. It's so weird, because there's only like one nighttime scene out of the movie. And just the way the lighting is, it's so different, and the way Max he's like, I'll be right back. And he comes back with a bunch of weapons and everything. Like, that's badass, dude. I want to see Max take out a whole convoy. Why couldn't you do that when all the war boys were running after you and the thing? I mean, of course he didn't have a weapon then, but if you're a badass, Max, and you could have got him. You could have got him, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Yeah. The Desert Wasteland and Nook's death. Nook's death, I felt like it was, I don't know. Like, when Nooks died, I wasn't like, oh, dude, that sucks. I was really thinking to myself, wait, this guy is on your hood. Why don't you just get the brakes and he'll fall off the truck and then just run over him? Why? What's the problem? Why did you have to, like, oh, I'm going to flip over. Goodbye, love. And it's like, really? Really? Oh, my God. Seriously? I mean, come on. It could have been better. Like, that Nooks' death could have been handled better. A little bit disappointed by that. And Nicholas Hoult, he's a fantastic actor in this movie, dude. I thought Nooks was going to be like, oh, she's going to be there for like 15 minutes and that's it. But he was there for around, like 55% of the time of the movie, he was like the gyro captain in the Road Warrior, man. He was just one of those characters at first where you're like, he's not going to work. Oh, he's working pretty fine. He's pretty dandy. Where's the feral kid? The backstory, Mac's backstory with the daughter, I mean. He didn't have a daughter in the original. He had a son, and his son was named like Sprogs. Sprogs, where are you? Sprogs. So, I don't know why he has a daughter in this one, if it's supposed to be a continuity, and, you know, it's supposed to be a reimagining, mate. Well, then technically it's considered a reboot, Mr. George Miller. Excuse me for your attitude, but it's a reboot, technically. It was very haunting to see his daughter, though. That was a haunting thing to do. And the 3D effects, dude. There are some cheesy things. There are some cheesy where the wheel was coming at you and Nooks died. Like, that was super cheesy. That was not needed whatsoever. That's just 3D effect right there. But the 3D effects are really good. I mean, I can't imagine how it is in IMAX. I bet it's just amazing in IMAX, and I would definitely pay to see it in IMAX. Except Avengers Age of Ultron is in my IMAX a lot right now. Now, Joe and Nooks, when he falls, I just love it. He's like, mediocre. Like, he's like, Immortan Joe, I could get in there and I could get one of your wives. Please, give me a chance.
If you do this, I will carry you to the gates of Valhalla myself.
And he goes like, I got you, Immortan Joe. I got you. Let me go get you. Oh, yeah. And he just jumps on the rig. And his chain gets stuck and he falls. He falls. And his gun. He gave him his gun and his gun just like literally falls off the rig. And he's like, mediocre. And I laughed. I was like, Nooks just, and then he like cried in the back the whole time. He literally was just crying in the back like, I fell in front of Immortan Joe. It's so sad. It's so funny. So, I mean, that's really all I want to talk about, man. Overall, I mean, Tom was good. Nicholas was fun. Charlize was awesome. And Immortan Joe, man. Burns, he was cool and scary. Overall. And then you have Mad Max Fury Road, of course, like I gave in my review, my non-spoiler review on my channel. Check it out, baby. Solid A, a 9.50 out of a 10. It's great and definitely worth buying on Blu-ray. Experience it in IMAX because I did not. And definitely, please, George Miller did great. The best action movie of the year so far is Mad Max Fury Road. There are some slow scenes. Just I didn't like the slow scene where the nighttime, where it just got a little bit slower there, and it kind of just bummed out me. The cheesy wheel coming at you, and that's basically it, man. That's the only two things I really didn't like. Now, real quick, where I want to see the Mad Max franchise go before I let you guys go. Mad Max 5, Mad Max The Wasteland. I hope they start filming around summer 2017, and they could, I mean, at least before summer starts in 2017, because I don't see them starting filming anytime in 2016 either. Because Tom Hardy has to be available, Charlize Theron, if she's even coming back. Everyone has to get available, and they have to get the money to film this movie again. So around before summer 2017, they start filming it, and around 2018, Mad Max: The Wasteland gets started. Like, I don't see Mad Max coming out until 2018 or 2019 at most, until the next one comes out. So we got about 4 or 5 years until the next Mad Max comes out. So hold on to your butts. Thank you guys so much for watching my Mad Max Fury Road spoiler review and talk. My next spoiler review and talks will, I can't confirm. I can only confirm one of these, but I'm still a little debateful. But the next spoiler review and talk I should be having is Saturday and Sunday. 2 movies. One Saturday, Poltergeist, the new Poltergeist movie. So I will be reviewing that one. If you follow me on Twitter at RealBigD8091, I will update you whether or not I will see that on that Saturday morning and let you know when the spoiler review will come out. And also Sunday, Tomorrowland with George Clooney, the new George Clooney movie. So this week you can expect 2 spoiler reviews and talks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this Mad Max Fury Road spoiler review and talk. And as always, see you for the next one. May the Spock be with you always.